Wait, this is just kind of funny. It's from CNN. It's from yesterday. How Democrat streamers like Destiny are taking on MAGA and Charlie Kirk. I was surprised. I'm surprised. I mean, after Hassan, I guess you can't go anywhere down, right? So, but they're really highlighting some problematic streamers. I'll say, whether it's Hassan or Destiny or whatever. I guess the threat is real, guys.
Kirk! Yeah, I just got escorted from Kirk, baby!
We're in Tampa, Florida for Turning Point USA's annual Student Action Summit. TPUSA is a voter-driving juggernaut for the Republican Party, led by 31-year-old Charlie Kirk.
They're happy, that's why you know they haven't been on social media.
But this year's event will be menaced by something called the Un-F America Tour.
Isn't that what's his face? Dean Withers?
Started by a group of progressive influencers and organizers.
Oh, this is the organizer that like got in trouble for being racist because a bunch of women that happened to be black were complaining about the way that she ran her event, and she came in and talked over them because it was like 10-on-1 and she couldn't get a fucking word in edgewise. Is Destiny associated with that now?
Including the massively popular streamer Destiny.
This is the all roads lead to Rome thing, right? So he can do the exact same behavior you said that Biden couldn't get away with doing.
They want to bring progressive debate to Kirk's doorstep. But first...
Well, I think what's kind of funny, didn't Hassan get a debate with him? I wonder if that'll be a turning point, because Hassan is so fucking stupid. I wonder if that, like, I don't know, Kirk is kind of dumb too, but Kirk debates a lot, so I think that at the very least he might be like more informed. I wonder how it's gonna go. I mean, maybe I wouldn't doubt that Hassan just constantly like pretty much chirps about like Donald Trump being like, you know, an Epstein, which wasn't a bad idea, but I wonder if he's going to be able to do anything else with that, you know?
To get in.
So Turning Point has cancelled all of Un-F America's credentials, and now they're trying to sneak in Destiny so he can debate inside here.
That's so funny.
Alright, he's in.
Is Destiny not like at a big enough spot to be able to like get a debate from Charlie Kirk? Like...
So Destiny has made it inside the building, and we'll see how long he lasts.
Because the trucks are going this way?
There's a major streamer named...
Oh, it's the white supremacist guy.
Because the trucks are going this way?
It's the black white supremacist guy here that fucking dresses up like a KKK guy to harass other streamers and hates the Jews and thinks it's funny when women get raped.
There's a major streamer named Destiny who's a Democratic liberal streamer.
That guy looks very interesting.
He appears to be debating Myron Gaines, who's more of a right-wing red pill guy.
Yeah, they're friends, which is kind of problematic, huh? So
They're both sort of creatures of like internet trolldom, but it should be a lot of fun. You know, it's like blood sports. It's like watching a cockfight, effectively.
yeah, it's probably not particularly productive if we're calling it fucking blood sports.
We love to see it, though.
We love to see it. It's great.
We are at Student Action Summit. We got Destiny and Myron here today. Have a little friendly conversation.
Oh, yeah, man. Good to see you, bro.
Hey.
See, bro, they're fucking friends. That's the weirdest part. This guy, like, is a legitimate fucking virile anti-Semite who thinks that, like, if women get raped, it's their fault. They should have chose better guys. It's just it's like, you know, it's one thing to debate. It's another thing to, like, be friendly with these people. Like, that's fucking crazy to me.
Young people may be tuning out the news, but this new form of live, provocative political debate is blowing up online. Its cultural significance is something well known.
Kirk knows his limits and no Destiny will be to update. That's probably true. I wouldn't doubt that at all.
To Kirk because he's part of it.
Oh, it's democratic socialism. It's completely different.
I love this question.
And I like it's.
I can talk about socialism for hours.
Hello, everyone. I am Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, and I am surrounded by 20 woke college kids.
Ooh, Jubilee, the most productive debate platform out there. Let's have a chaotic mess of a conversation, baby.
Under a tent with the words, "Prove me wrong," Kirk brought online debater culture directly to hundreds of college campuses during the last election cycle.
We have a problem in Black America. The biggest problem is not racism.
Biggest problem is Charlie Kirk.
It's the lack of dads. When exactly do Heartway...
We do be needing dads. Charlie, how do we get the dads back? Charles, how do we get more dads in the black community, dude? What do we do? What's your solution? Or are you just saying that because you want to shame black people and blame their everything on them instead of try to provide a solution?
Begin in utero.
You know that, but you don't know the four.
Hold on, no, so tell me when heartbeat.
I don't know.
And while he uses
I don't really care about a heartbeat.
it to make viral content, Its primary...
Bro, the most annoying thing about Charlie Kirk is that he's all over Snapchat, but they'll still take down political videos from me on my Snapchat. He has like a lot more followers than me, I'm assuming. I can't even like see the follower thing. I have like 10,000 followers on Snapchat. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck?
Goal is to register Gen Z to vote
Gen
MAGA.
Z,
I love the fact that we are now
Good thing you said that with an A, huh?
becoming we're becoming the cool kids now.
But no, I just want to be clear. Is there something wrong with talking to voters?
No, there's nothing wrong with talking.
Well, that's what we're doing here today. It's an open mic.
I think that you push a dangerous agenda.
It's a strategy that
Probably
those
true.
behind UNF America say the DNC has been absent to counter.
I hate Charlie Kirk. I think he's actually a Satan spawn, but he's very, very strategically minded.
At an event,
He's just Satan spawn, but fucking. But Myron they're on good terms. That's crazy.
organized by the UNF America.
I think Myron is worse,
crew down the street from the convention.
Although Charlie, when he smiles, scares me. So.
Center, both conservatives and liberals packed into a pub to eat chicken wings, drink beer,
All
and watch conservative
right,
voices.
that's how they're bringing the black dads back. Smart stuff.
Try to take on Destiny.
Have you ever fired an AR-15?
Yeah.
So you fired 5.56. The mathematical odds of him surviving that are infinitesimally small.
They're infinitesimally high if it misses him or grazes his ear. I mean,
Charlie Kirk's been doing this a long time, more than 10 years. Why has it taken the left so long to catch up and still hasn't caught up?
Well, I think part of it is that since like the left, I guess more left-leaning perspective was so was so popular, I guess you'd say, people didn't feel like they had to debate anybody at all. And so they just kind of said like, oh, we're not going to engage in conversation because we don't have to right now. And that kind of turned into, it seems like the left's not open to debate, which is a level of truth of that.
Republicans vertically are very well integrated when it comes to making sure that.
And then also, I would imagine that, like most conservative perspectives, well, they're not generally as accepted. And I think that's because they're wrong. But it makes it, I think, if you want to exist in a debate space, I guess you'd have to have more justifiers for your perspective. Whereas, like, we grew up in society and like things like, gay people should be able to get married and abortion should be fine. And like, we should have universal health care. And like, there's almost like, these are just like, we should just do these things. And so for a lot of young people growing up, they have that perspective. But if you're a young person growing up and you don't feel those ways, you're kind of put in a position where you have to have more of a reason why you don't believe those things. And I think that that's part of it too. Is that like people feel like they have to, the conservatives have to feel like they have to have more of a reason to have these fucking perspectives,
That they're winning elections,
Yeah.
right? There's people who in 2020, they thought the election was stolen in every state, basically, but they still showed up to vote next time. So something is happening there where they're really big on going out and winning elections. And I think that shows at every single level to where when people are organizing or when people are creating alternative media networks, whether you're talking Tim Pool, influencing
take a lot of Russian money, baby.
Other ones like Joe Rogan, or trying to do things with college kids like Charlie Kirk.
Or Myron Gaines. He loves college kids.
Making these events and they're gathering all these different people. For Charlie Kirk, it's school kids, but the single focus.
I hear. He just brings a lot of them on his show and then berates them for being OnlyFans whores, and then pretends that that's all women.
Is winning elections. It's incredibly important. And somehow I feel like on the left, I don't know how this happened online. Maybe it's because we tend to be younger or whatever, but somehow the party's messaging apparatus, it feels like it's got hijacked from people by people who won't vote for your candidates.
That part's true, yeah. Like again, Hassan didn't actively advocate for people to vote for Kamala, and is very vocal about how he doesn't think Kamala would have done anything different from a point of from the perspective of Gaza. Because he's like a fucking idiot. He's obviously lying. He has to know he's lying. So I think that that's definitely true too.
Which I think is incredibly destructive.
Did the Democrats have anything like this?
Nothing. And I will say, like, Charlie.
Oh, that's the organizer, no? The hell is this?
Kirk is honestly one of the best organizers of our generation. And I think that, as much as I disagree with Charlie Kirk, I believe that what he's doing has worked. And that's why I'm here to replicate what he's doing. I'm not here to, disrupt Charlie Kirk's events. I'm here to say that there are alternative ideas and that we need to build the same thing that he has.
That's interesting. Is Destiny working with her now after she got quote unquote canceled by Dean Withers' whole side of the fucking aisle over some dumbass bullshit? Is that how that is? I mean, that's smart if they're doing that.
That's because he is good at it.
Z Cohen Sanchez has worked more than a decade.
Whoa, she's Hispanic, dude. Wait, that eliminates her ability to be racist.
On Democratic campaigns.
There's no reason why we can't do this. This is not very expensive to do. We have so many PACs on the Democratic side raising millions of dollars, right? We are not a big PAC. We haven't even raised $1 million yet. And we're able to get all of these creators essentially anywhere that Charlie is. And so
that makes sense. I think part of it too is because they're able, like Destiny, I would imagine he's not getting like a paycheck, quote unquote, like a so to speak, out of this. I'm gonna just die here actually. I imagine it's more of like he knows he can make content out of it, so they don't need to get him to show up, or they don't need to necessarily raise as much money. Does that make sense?
So that's what we really want the Democratic Party to do, is we want to have them to start investing in these movements.
I'm just confused. Like, did the Unfuck America tour get I'm a little confused. I just don't understand the lore on it. I thought that was Dean Withers' thing, or was it her thing? Is it her thing that like Dean Withers participated in, or is Dean Withers part of it in some capacity? But they didn't want to interview him because Destiny's the main focus.
Is the DNC supporting this?
No, not currently.
Why not?
If Ken Martin's watching this, text me back. But really, I mean, I think it's disappointing that we haven't been able to see the DNC really get off the ground since the election, because I think a lot of things have happened internally that have been distractions to the actual ground game that we need right now.
No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high.
Whoa, I like Michelle Obama a lot, to be honest with you.
For Destiny, it's a ground game that must reflect the online culture he and millions of young...
Oh, Dean was just part of it. She's just the organizer? Okay, I thought it was like Dean's event. Got it. And then they did a virtue signal on her. Gotcha. Who would have thought? Consuming their own. There's another problem with it, that there's a consumption of their own. I'm not saying don't hold people to task, but like isn't it so funny that on like the right, they won't hold people accountable for anything. You have like for a long time, you had Andrew Tate getting zero pushback, despite the fact that he was like outside of the allegations with insane evidence. He's just a bad representation of like the typical like conservative, movement, but they were cum guzzling him and they were justifying all of his bad behavior. It wasn't until he criticized Israel that really the thing started to shift for like Ben Shapiro. Meanwhile, so they won't give like any meaningful pushback on anybody doing anything bad, but meanwhile, the fucking on the left, they'll shit on you for like the smallest mistake. It's crazy.
Young Americans are part of, one that is often characterized by un-PC language, insults, and crude humor. Like this tweet Destiny sent, poking conservatives by saying,
God isn't real, because if he was, it wouldn't have been the 100 kids camping he sniped over the holiday weekend. I don't know what that means. Charlie Kirk on deadly Texas flooding. The death toll likely would not have been high if it wasn't for DEI. What a moron. God isn't real, because if he was, it wouldn't have been the 100+ kids camping he sniped over the holiday weekend. Oh, okay, I got you. So Destiny, I mean, that joke's tasteless, but I think the joke is that, like, oh, if there was a god, from Charlie Kirk's perspective, they would have killed 100 black. He would have killed 100 black people instead. Obviously, I don't co-sign that. That's a joke, making fun of. I understand. Like, I think that's the joke. Yeah, okay.
The kids who died in the Texas floods.
I mean, the problem is that Charlie Kirk wants kids to die. So, like, we could jerk off the abortion thing all we want. Those aren't actual kids, and everybody knows that. Like, Charlie Kirk is fine with taking away healthcare from like young people and cancer research from young people, and he's fine with like the funding of like mRNA vaccines, and like all these things are going to cause people to die more. They don't care about children. They don't care about people living or dying. They're fucking stupid idiot fucks. They don't give a shit. They want you to be birthed so you could be an economic unit to be basically thrown at as some kind of labor. Forever, because they're rich and they feel entitled to it. There's nothing special about Kirk other than he has no, he's not self-aware enough to know how fucking stupid he is. So, I mean, that's really what it boils down to, and that's pretty much where we're at.
We're proof
triggered. True that,
bro. God doesn't exist.
The tweets you sent.
It's one of the. I mean, I guess that is a pretty heavy tweet
about the kids in Texas would probably disqualify you, or would probably have somebody in the upper levels of the Democratic Party say, okay, we'll never work with this guy again. Yeah.
Probably, but things do seem to be changing. I mean, you could say crazy shit about fucking Jews and they'll start talking to Hassan, so I guess the strategy's working. It's unfortunate though, because I feel like a lot of people are going like, if right now I understand why this is happening, but I really don't think it sets a good precedent, especially since I think that a lot of young people are going to start doing that. Because I mean, like as much as I'm not a particular fan of Destiny, he's smart. He knows how he's talking about it. He knows how to debate, and he's generally correct, I would say. But you have like a lot of young people who are hearing, I think, the debate part of Destiny, and they're like, oh, I like this part, and I think that's a generally a good thing. Because like he debates well, and in my opinion, he debates honestly. But then you're seeing, I think, a lot of people that are just like looking at the message from Destiny as like, oh, I'm going to say some wild shit. I'm going to be edgy and say something horrible about a certain group of people. And this one's okay because, they feel like that's the unfortunate part about it.
Regret sending those tweets.
Do I like Dean Withers? Oh, nope, not at all.
I think they have to get over it. I don't regret him. I love poking the bear on the right. I feel like Republicans are so good at owning the space. Republicans do this thing where they say, comedy's legal again and we can joke about anything.
True.
But when they say anything, they really just mean like immigrants and black people, right? Because if you make fun of anything on their side, they lose their minds.
I guess is your point that, always trying to take the high ground is...
It's unfortunate because the other day I was, my wife was like hanging out with like a kind of a family member. I'm not going to be specific about it, but anyway, he said so like they were talking about like all the people getting deported and everything, and, kids going to graduation and then their parents getting taken away at graduation. And it's just like sad stuff. And, even if you understand like, hey, we need to get control of like illegal immigration, which I understand, it's still like sad. And like her family member said something really insensitive about it. I wasn't there, so when I got home and she told me the story, I said, oh, hopefully he I said something pretty fucked up about cancer. And she said, it's really horrible that you'd say that. And we fought about that a little bit, but I don't even know why I was saying that. There was a reason. I had a reason that I was saying that. I don't know if it was like an edgy joke related or if I was just like talking about something.
I guess is your
people, right? Because if you make fun of
oh yeah, all they do is make fun of like fucking immigrants and black people. Yeah, that was the point. I mean, listen, I love a good black joke and a good immigrant joke and all that, but you got to be able to joke about everything.
Always trying to take the high ground is clearly not working for Democrats.
One of the things that conservatives stumbled into accidentally, because I think Donald Trump's an idiot, even politically, but they stumbled into this thing where people started to get confused because of what the right and left looked like, and I think they think that you need an extremist platform in order to win elections. But what you really need, I think, is just extremist messaging. I think that's what you need.
Back inside, the packed
maybe
event giving the Unf America organizers hope there will be appetite for similar debates on college campuses this fall.
I do 100 hours of this a semester. 100 hours. In addition to 2 hours of podcasting radio. I mean, the physical crowds are now 3,000-4,000 people almost every time we do this.
The fuck?
And so the plan for this semester is Charlie Kirk shows up at campuses all across the country, and you guys are going to be there too.
That's the goal. If we can raise enough money to get there, we absolutely will. People wonder why the youth vote shifted 9 points to the right. Yeah. And that's a big reason why. He's put the footwork in and we haven't.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I also think that like the Democratic Party's been their messaging. They don't brag enough about what the fucking shit that they accomplished. I think that's part of it too. But all right, interesting.